it's down. But the artists that don't share the link, they drive me nuts because they might go, like, I didn't sell my piece. I'm like, well, you should have shared the link with your Uncle Ted, who's got, a yacht and 3 houses and things. What's your name?
I'm Bella.
And how did you find your way here?
I live around the corner and I've always walked by.
And you just walked in. Is it scary? And I put you on the spot right away, hey?
Absolutely, I'm terrified.
Have you ever been in before?
No, never.
Oh, amazing. And
Okay.
did you know what we do?
I knew it was art auction through some friends, but other than that, I wasn't sure, so I thought I'd wander.
You're fearless. We like you. It's funny, sometimes people will phone up I guess when I'm working, because Jess and I are both teachers, and we'll get a text in the middle of the day, it's like, hi, pardon me, can you tell me a little more about the Rebel House? I'm like, you kind of got to see it.
We were just talking about that. It's kind of hard to explain.
They're like, that's not good marketing. I'm like, see you on Wednesday.
Oops, what was that? Okay.
It's on the artist website, by the way, and people have that.
Oh, you're amazing. Welcome home, Shruja.
All right. So I think, can you just see if it's live? I think I put it live. All right. So I think we're live YouTube and Facebook. And we're going to get started here pretty soon. So if you can.
I got to check the mic. There might not be sound.
Yay. Oh, yeah.
Audio.
You're definitely the sound person.
Yeti.
Okay.
Yeti. Could I get somebody who's at home to confirm that you can hear my voice? Perhaps you could write a comment in the corner.
So.
Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you.
Yay, we have sound.
Sound is
Okay.
good.
So we're going to begin, and I'm going to tell people kind of how we do this. I'm like, welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for people who came down and people who are sharing and joining us online. It was really great to see new friends and people that we haven't seen in a long time.
Can you sit on 4 legs?
It is a really,
No, 4 legs.
well, I'm going to be up and about.
Don't tip your chair.
So, right. And then the kids in class go, I don't have 4 legs. And I'm like, you do now. You're on a stool. And then, okay, good. Because I don't want concussion.
Because you know what I say to the kids?
Yeah.
Well, and I was just joking when I asked her to sit. She could sit any way she wants. She's a big girl. But at school, because you have high tables and I have high tables, if the kids fall off their stools,
they're really high.
Because of gravity and physics, they're going to hit their chins on the table before they hit the ground,
the back of their head on the other table.
In a regular classroom with these chairs, you just tip them back and you fall off the backside. But in the art room, when they fall down, their chin or nose will hit the table on the way down.
Yeah.
I always say you can have 2 legs or 4 legs. What's it going to be? And they're up on 2 legs. I'm like, fine. Then they got to stand, and I take the chair away. If they say 2 legs.
Oh, that's a good one. That's good. So how we do this, my friends. This is a piece that's been donated back, and I was trying all night to remember the artist's name, and I kept thinking of Kane and Cole, and it was a really cool name. But
it happens often enough that people donate art pieces back. And there's so many awesome reasons why that happens. There's also sad reasons. A lot of time they're breakups, right? Like 2 people were living together, they bought art together, they break up, and neither of them can stand looking at it again. And this is a good lesson, actually, that your art has to be good, but you also have to be likable. Because if you're not likable, nobody wants your shit in their house, right? So also, like if you're dating an artist and you have their artwork up all over the walls and they painted you and what have you, and then you break up, then we get a lot of donations from that too, right? So I don't know if this was a breakup.
This is a beautiful piece. So it
also,
is called,
when people move,
you're
trying out the van life, we get a
moving is
butt
option.
ton of stuff back. Yeah.
So this is called Awaiting, just a random art. Bid starts at $10. So this is donated back to the space because one of our friends was moving, and so, or was he just shifting over his art practice?
I know nothing about that.
So opening $10, and for the bidding, if you're joining from home, the text message is 403-629-7424.
403-629-7424.
And if you're here, you can just
403-629
yell out the number
7424.
And so you open up the bid, and we used to open up the bid and then close down the bid right away and move through. But now, because we're online and in person, and there's people joining us from all over the world, we just open up the bids, and then please let us know if you have to leave or if you're like curious about a piece. we're all about communication here. And if you're curious about something you see, or if you're like, I need to go,
We're
can I
not.
put my
It's
piece
it's
in?
all guest culture, okay? So what you got to do
No,
is ask
please,
culture
no guess.
and guest culture. And if you want to just scowl at us until your
No.
piece comes up.
Just ask. Okay. So the opening is $10. And if anyone would like to bid from home, please text. And if anyone would like to bid here, you can just yell out the name, and I will keep pulling pieces up because people will keep joining.
Or
us
if you're
online
here,
as
you
well.
can also text if you want to be like
You can
sneaky
text
about
too,
it.
yeah.
And it happens not so much now as it did when we were online, but it still happens a lot. That the texting in part is fun if you want to like smack talk people as well. Like, what are some of the funny things that Gina says?
Well, it's just so cute.
She'll
when
just
it's like,
burst into hysterics because like it tend to be like
well, it's just like the cute ladies that are joining from home. They're like nurses and like retired teachers, and they're like the best smack talkers because they're just like really angry when people bid against them. And it's just really fun.
Sure,
So-
did you fall off your chair?
No, I didn't. Can I introduce?
Yeah. And is it collection or separate?
There are two of them are together, and one of them is separate.
Which two and which one?
I was gonna say guess. Those two, and then that one's separate.
Separate.
Yeah.
And what's your opening bid?
15
Each?
for the whole collection.
Oh, I see. Okay. So they're being sold all together, but these are two pieces and this is one.
Well, those two are two pieces, and the other one is one.
But they're being sold together.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
But that's important to know when you're
No, I
exhibiting the-
100% needed to know that. Thank you, Shuja. Okay, so these are beautiful pieces by Shuja, and I'm going to be showing them online. I want to make sure everyone can see them at home too. So, oh my gosh, and they're double-sided pieces. So,
hard for me to concentrate all of a sudden.
in my head.
No.
so this is one side, and on the flip side, I love the detailing here. I don't know if people can see here. Maybe.
It's like a face mountain, the
Totally.
cave in the mouth.
And then these ones. Oh, sorry, I should have. I got excited. I showed that. Bonsai tree. So opening is $15 for these three pieces. These as a cool set, and I like that this is double sided, so you could put this in a window and enjoy it from both sides. Actually, I might bid on this. I have nice windows in my classroom. $15 to me. You know who has windows? I have lots of windows.
Actually, I have windows too. I'll bid 20.
Ah, so $20 is the current bid to Rich. People at home, text 403-629-7424.
That's
if you would like to bid.
403-629-7424. 403-629-7424.
Next, our friend Dusty joined us at the beginning here to drop off some pieces. So this is an acrylic on canvas. It's called The Barn. Original photo reference by Doug Swinton. And Chelsea, did you say you know where this barn is?
It's up by Layton.
Oh, that's so fun. So if you are an Alberta driver, arounder, traveler, you will also know this barn.
Speaker of truths.
Yeah. So Dusty works a lot with beautiful textures, bright colors, beautiful outlines. So this is one of her acrylics. The opening is $40 for this beautiful piece on a beautiful canvas, ready to hang. And it's called The Barn. So opening $40. Just trying to show the people.
I'll bid 40.
40 to Georgia. Do I hear 45? $40. Is your phone buzzer on? We do
Is
that
it?
sometimes. $40 is the current bid to Georgia. We'll leave it open for a little bit so people can make sure they see it from home. So it's currently at $40. Text or bid. It's $40 currently. If you'd like to bid 45, bid 45. Also, this is super fun. Dusty brought in a cute hat. So if you have a smaller head than me, or if you have a child, this is a really cute hat.
I think it's really for a child.
It's 21 inches.
Or
So-
perhaps a teddy bear.
It's also
Reversible.
reversible. So the opening was $5, $10.
$10.
$10 for this lovely hat. So if you have a small head or a small child.
But it is. Do not be deceived by the size of,
What age do you think?
like, I don't know. My children had giant heads, so
Yeah, everyone's head's different.
have big heads, right?
I know. They're just born with big heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at the proportions. It's like when you're a baby, your head is 1/4 of your whole body. And the kids like, what? I'm like, yes.
And your head goes
Yeah.
to your hand.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
So also maybe if you have a cat
Yeah.
with a large
Or a
hat
dog.
head.
Those look so cute on the dog.
It actually looked great just on the wall.
It's true. And then you could change the color theme wherever you like.
What's the opening bid?
10.
I'm gonna take a risk and bid 10.
Yay! 10 to Georgia. Okay. Rich, do you want to put in one of yours?
Sure.
Which one would you like? On the road?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So Rich was looking up the really cool book covers. And this is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. And oh yeah, when you get that going, I'm going to show other things because this is fun. I wanted to see one thing.
There we go. Is that kind of showing the black light? Yeah. If you hold it here.
Oh yeah. Can people? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is this blacklight?
Is it? Well,
No, it's
Yeah.
The green definitely.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the yellow?
Yeah.
Ah! Fun. I just wanted to see. Also, this one is too. So, on the road,
oh, that
what's
one's
on the
super
road
black light,
working?
yeah.
This is so beautiful. What's on the road working? What's opening at not working?
$5.
$5. Okay, so On the Road is opening at $5. So if you're a Kerouac fan, or if you're what did you call them? Pulp fiction book covers, and also this is also by Rich Teru. What were you saying that your inspiration was for this
The
one?
muses.
The Muse.
So
That's-
initially, my high school kids did some figure drawing today. And it was such a magic class that I was going to paint a whole room full of people figure painting 3 models. And I grabbed some old pinups from like, I don't know, some card deck that I had and repainted them. And then I just slowly started to feel like Marlo was here. And I met Marlo in an elevator with a painting about the 3 muses.
Oh yeah.
And so it's slowly evolved into back into just the 3 muses. Then still, I mean, when I'm thinking about the figure drawing painting, it did make a lot of sense that they were the muses because that's kind of what you do with figure drawing.
Yeah, totally. So what's your opening bid for this one?
$5.
$5. Also, someone from home was asking where the money goes. Half the money from the sales goes to the artist. So artists set their own minimum bid, and half the money goes to just paying rent. $5 to Susan.
There's a 45.
10?
There's a
$10.
$45 bid on the barn.
Oh, nice.
I don't see from who. Do you know who this is?
Maria.
Maria. Oh, there it is. Right in the thing.
So the barn is currently at $45 to Maria.
Tennis nine. Tennis nine.
Do you need another pen?
Show.
Stop. I have like 3 pens here.
Yeah, this one's dead. Chill there, and then
Oh,
the next break you can.
Do you
Throw
have
it up.
these?
Yes. Oh, beautiful. Is it dry? Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, distracted. So this
You got a bid.
is by Dusty. It's currently at $45 to Maria.
$45 going once.
Okay.
Also, because we go online, there's a 10-minute lag. So it'll get called out, but then sometimes it gets called back in. $45 going twice. You'll have to spend the rest of your life living without owning this painting $45 going 3 times, and the time is 9:19.
Oh,
And you have till 9:29 to open up the bidding on this again.
or bid on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 10-minute lag.
And
then where's this one?
Susan, you were bidding on the Fates, $10. So
Five,
this one's
$10
currently
going
at
once, $10 going twice, $10 going 3 times.
Who said 15? What's your name, darling?
Bella.
Bella.
15 to Bella. Where's the?
Wait, $50 on.
I need your phone. There's
Looks like there's a bid for $50 on something.
$20 for the Fates to Susan.
That's nice. Thank you.
Rishma bid $50 on Dusty's piece. So $50
For the barn.
for the barn to Rishma.
$20 for Rich's Muses to Susan.
To Susan. They're so delicate. So you're working off of pinup, vintage pinup pieces.
Yeah. Oh, and there's something else. I don't know if you care about this, but it's a black canvas. I did burn through it tonight as well, so this is special. But it's a black canvas, and so everything in this painting is painted in reverse. So there aren't any black lines. It's I painted pink legs in, and then I painted red hair in and red dresses, and it's all carved around the emptiness, which is a fun way to work, by the way.
Awesome.
So cool.
So the current bid for the 3 muses are
20 to Susan.
20 to Susan,
25.
25. And what's the time? 9:21.
Okay, it's extra fun when people are bidding against each other in here because you hear all of the like stuff. When it's online, it's only me seeing the like funny stuff, and then it's like I'm all by myself laughing at the like actually Joanne and Georgia going at it was like awesome because they're like calling each other out. Tina bid $40 on the ladies and 45.
25.
Oh, it's at 40.
Tina bid $40 on the muses and $15 on the hat. Thanks, Tina. $15 on the hat, reversible. And Tina bid $40 on the ladies. Ladies. It's at 40 now. Sorry, I'm showing it crooked on the screen. Okay.
I'm gonna go 20 on the hat.
20 on the hat. Patty, I
that's so
forgot.
cute.
I know, it's reversible. I forgot to give you back your one when we traded. I have the one basket still for you. Do you want it back right now? It's okay? Okay, awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, awesome. Okay, things are happening. Things are happening.
Put Alexa's piece up.
Yeah. This one?
That's the one.
Alexis?
Yeah.
Alexis! Oh, wait. Did we do a big round? Was there any first-time sellers yet here? No. Okay. Big round of applause for Alexis! This is their first time here. Oh, my gosh. Would you like to say anything about your piece? About Yeah. Would you like to come up online and show your face? Yeah? Okay, here, come. We there you go. The camera is right here, my dear.
Beautiful. Okay, sit.
There you
yeah,
go.
okay, yeah, sure.
Yay.
Okay, so
What was the best part of your day?
my best part of my day today. Well, I love painting, so probably
Being here?
like, yeah,
We're
prob-
part of your best part of your day?
Sure, you can be a part of my day.
I didn't mean to leave that, but yeah, that's
yeah, a
awesome.
little. Okay,
Every single time we go for groceries at Co-op, I ask them what was the best part of their day.
you
and
put me on
now-
the spot there. I didn't know what to say.
You're on the spot. You're on
I'm
the,
not
yeah.
kidding. I planned this part.
Oh, I threw you a curveball.
Just a little. So excuse me. So this painting is called "Looking for Light," and I actually dreamed. This is a dream that I had of this moth, and moth kind of means a change or transition. It sometimes means like the death of oneself or the death of another, but it's not to be feared. So that is a moth I saw in a dream, and it's called "Looking for Light."
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I always have a dream that I'm trying to get back from Vancouver with no pants. And I've got like 4 hours to get back to Calgary, but I've got a class in 4.5 hours. And I can make it if I get on the right train, but I'm always trying to pull my t-shirt down far enough to cover that I don't have pants, and I'm afraid they're not going to let me on the airplane. And yeah,
To be honest, it just sounds like poor planning.
See, and she planned this beautiful painting, and this is
The plan is there is no
So what
plan.
was the best part of your day?
The best part of my day was teaching high school art. At about 2:00, we did a bunch of figure drawing, and I had this one wild. Nobody ever asked me, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This one kid who's easily distracted, and his goofball friends came by, and he was just so engaged. They kept trying to suck him out of classroom. He's like, "No, I'm doing the art right now," and then they got pissy because they usually can suck him out of the art class. And then he looked at me like almost for help, like, "I want to stay. How do I get out of this?" And I was like, "It's like they don't understand you anymore." And he's like, "Facts." And I was like, "Yeah." So it was a pretty magic moment. Although
You know
there
what
is
else
this
is
moment where I
magic?
picked Jess up
What?
Oh, sorry.
from her school on the way home, and that's pretty awesome too.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what else is magic? This beautiful piece, and your
Yeah,
opening
what's your opening
bid,
bid?
15.
$15.
$15. Do we have a bid? Bid $15?
I'll do 20.
Got 20?
Yes.
25.
Woo!
Oh, look at that.
Can I get 250?
Woo!
good,
That's
40.
good.
How about, sorry,
40 over here.
40? Yeah.
Keep it going.
Here, and make sure make sure the people at home can see
I'm
too.
just, yeah.
You're doing
Looking all over
awesome.
the place.
You're a pro. I'm gonna check the phone. Where
Want me
is
to bring more money next
it?
time?
We also take
You actually-
debit,
yeah.
credit, e-transfer, and promises.
Yeah,
if
we-
anyone.
No way.
We do work on the honor system. We used to pay out the artists even before we got paid for the pieces.
You're bad business people.
We are the worst business people, but no one's ever taken. Actually, worse than that. There was a night where I won an award, and Jess and I had to leave the auction before it was done, and we left the. I think Galen might have been here to lock up, but other than Galen, basically the people buying the art pieces finished off the auction for us, and everybody. It'd be like if you just left your McDonald's open with the cash door open and hope people put money in for the burgers.
$5 over the last bid that was on your video.
Yeah, what's that? What is it at right now? I'm so
Which painting? The music?
the moth.
No, the other one. I'm talking about the other.
Oh, the muses. You're bidding on the muses. Okay,
They're at 40.
so
you
the
want 45?
so the muses are at 45, and Viraj just bid $50 on the moth from
Nice.
home. Nice.
What's the time on the Three Muses?
It hasn't been timed out.
Oh, I think I did. No.
No, we did not.
Okay.
So ladies are at.
What you want to do?
We started to.
45.
You got distracted?
Should I put this on?
I get distracted.
Here, yeah,
easy.
here.
Okay,
No,
You
you
can.
can-
Yes, I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
get
Thank
out of
you
here.
so much. You're wonderful.
You did
Thank
great.
you so much.
Totally.
Very nice
Thank you guys so
meeting you
much.
too.
Likewise, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, is this at 45?
the muses are at
$45 going
45.
once, $45 going twice, 40. Who said that?
You said 50.
$50 going once, $50 going twice, $50 going. 55.
Sorry, 50 on the muses, or are
Yes,
you
on the
bidding on the
muses.
moth?
Yes.
Okay.
It is fun when we get confused. I know it's not good for business at all, but it is fun when we have to work that stuff out on the weekend. Like, oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, what is the bid on this one?
55 now.
$55 going once, $55 going twice, $55 going 3 times, and the time is what?
60.
Ooh,
60.
that's not the time. No, it's good.
It is now.
She's killing me.
That's
I do too. I can share custody.
so
Never
cute.
works.
That never works. So currently the moth is at $50.
Are the two people bidding on the muses here?
Yes.
Can I show you up close?
And
'Cause
I
they're
also
pretty
let
cute.
Tina
Where
know
are you?
as well. 'cause
You're just
Tina-
kind of silhouettes to me right now.
I'm not sure I understand.
So all of these lines are just the original black canvas. I painted it in sort of negative reverse.
I like doing that.
It's cool. Thanks.
It is really cool because you just painted it in. You didn't draw it at all. You just painted it,
Yeah.
which is very
Yeah.
lovely. What's your opening bid for this one?
$5.
All right, so this is another really beautiful piece. This is a watercolor that Rich was working on this week, and it was just like I was like crying just watching him do this.
Can I just
piece.
tell you, we started eating better. There's two parts to the story. One, we started eating better. Two, Jess doesn't like my cooking. Well, she wouldn't know. She doesn't really eat my cooking. So I'll cook dinner and she'll kind of go, "That's nice," and put it away, and then she'll make something else. So generally, I've come to understand that she loves cooking, and I try not to interfere. But what we did was we have a tiny kitchen, about half the size of this area here, and so I just put a chair next to her, just outside the kitchen door to keep her company. There isn't room for me in the kitchen, so I had time to make this because she's making this. What were you making? The chicken.
It was like curry.
Yeah, she was making a chicken curry, and so that's where this came from. But it's also a Botticelli inspired art history motif.
So Kelly bid $10.
15.
On this one?
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. 15 to Susan.
Sorry, did we time out the muses? I'm trying to multitask.
Yes.
She's got them.
Do you know what time it was that we timed them out?
We'll just say like
9:29.
9:25. 5 minutes ago ish.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So the other backstory
Kelly
to this,
bid 20.
25.
the other
25.
backstory to this story is Jess and I at the last minute on the way to her TED talk last week, 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks.
panicked and thought maybe we didn't have enough paper, so we went to the art store and bought this wicked expensive watercolor paper, which I didn't end up using. So now I have this watercolor painting
Beautiful
paper in my
paper.
house. I don't always use watercolor, but what's interesting about this is I don't sit and draw these out with pencil. I just use the
It's
raw
so
brush,
beautiful to
and they
see
just kind of grow out like
come
from
to
the toe.
life.
And but this one, there's what I like about it, or what would matter to me about it, is there's no mistakes. It's just
like one
everything.
hit.
Everything is the first strike. So there's every single mark on this painting went down. Nothing was corrected, and because of that, I don't know if I can show you.
Can we put a time on that?
You can put it in a
Kelly
window.
bid 30.
And
35.
you can backlight it, and when the
35.
sunlight shines through it, you can look at it illuminated, which is if there was any pencil lines or corrections in the painting, it wouldn't. But I love the way paper looks with light behind it, and this actually came from a weird span of time that I did a lot of hand drawn animations. And I was always backlighting my hand drawn animations, and I even backwards. Your paintings aren't supposed to look better backwards, but I really like how it almost like if you folded this into a lampshade, that'd be pretty magic, like. Okay, so enough about me.
No, they're so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I also forgot about this part.
Oh,
Can we put a time on that?
so
Yeah. So what's this at?
it's at 35 currently.
$35 going once, $35 going twice, $35 going 3 times, and the time is 9:32. I'll tell you something else that's funny about this piece is we'll do pieces like this throughout the week and have a little more time to just sit down.
Oh.
And then we get bids on the pieces throughout the week, but we generally ask people to start at the auction to keep
Yeah.
things fair. So sometimes I'll get like somebody offer me like $300 for a piece. I'm like, you got to come Wednesday. And then they don't come Wednesday. It goes for like
So we
35
got
bucks.
a bid of $40 and a bid of $50.
But it's
So
still
the
pretty cute when you score a
55.
piece
55. Okay, I'm so
that
sorry.
that you might be able to resell later on in the week.
Okay, so it's at 55 currently here, and sorry, I keep holding practices, and then Blake asked for my. Okay, oh gosh, what's happening? Okay, I keep
Where's your phone?
squeeze. Oh, okay, so there.
Thanks.
Okay, so these are so cute. These are by Praxis. This is a cute little octopus, and it is like crocheted with like, is it like chenille or velvet? It's like
velvet.
so soft. Are we allowed to pass it around so
Yeah.
people can fall in love? What's the opening bid?
$10 for
$10. So it's
And
$10.
his name is Ned.
This is Ned. And he might look angry when he's looking down like that, but when you just go like this, he looks happy.
Can I
And-
see? Can I see?
Yeah, he's like, "Urgh."
Yeah.
And then, "Ew."
Yeah.
And then this is Filbert, the penguin. Did I remember it? Oh my gosh. So he has like really sparkly stuff around his eyes, and he's got cute little feet. So they're both opening at $10 each. So text or bid. Doo, 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 beep, boop, boop. And I've just been squishing them all night. Would you like to feel the squishiness?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And it's hard to let go of them, so sorry. So those are each $10 opening bid. So text or bid.
403-629-7424. Did this one time out? I think it did. 9:34.
Oh, Rishma bid $10 on each of them.
Nice. What was the time for the grain elevator? Farm Farm,
Barn.
Barn.
It was 9:19, so it's gone.
We're
Timed
good?
out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna move some of these over here.
So I did a series of backgrounds last week.
Did the muses time out?
Yeah, not yet.
What's the bid on the
It's only
muses?
been 2 minutes. It's at 55.
55.
I'll bid $10 on
They both
Ned.
have $10 bids on them.
Ned,
They both have $10 bids on them.
the octopus.
15
He has a
or
$10
12?
bid on him already.
Oh, never mind, 15.
And what's your name?
I'm so-
Melissa.
Sorry,
Melissa.
Melissa. I was just annoyingly repeating this.
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
I should have explained myself better.
Thank you, Melissa. All right. So Blake texted from home and he asked $30 for this piece by me. So last week I did a series of 4 backgrounds and then the watercolor took forever to dry. So I was just responding and doing different magpies. So Blake bid $30 on this piece. I don't know if you can see it. Do you want to hold it? It's a
Want me to pass it
magpie,
around?
yeah. Yeah, do you want to pass it around? Thanks, Marlo.
You're
I'm so sorry. So that one's at 30 to Blake.
Sorry, that's a Jess Meg.
Yeah,
right?
Jess Magpie. And then I also have these ones. I just really love the backgrounds, and then I was responding with different drawings. So these are both opening at 5. And I'll pass these around too. So these are by me. They're just such silly gooses, these, right? So they're opening at $5 each.
Whoa, very cool.
Yeah.
Can I see what distinguishes that one from the other ones? It's purple. That's what it is. Thank you.
So gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can pass things around if you want to.
Thanks so much, Marlo. Kelly bid on both the blue ones for 10. Thanks, Kelly. Is that okay? And then if people bid on one, I'll ask them. Circle
Well,
or
one's
square?
in a circle,
Circle.
one's in a square. Right?
Exactly, yeah. I'm sorry for making that difficult.
Not at all.
Yeah, I like this one. I like when the magpies are like fighting each other midair. Crazy.
I saw that on the way here.
Yeah? Dusty says 15 for Circle Magpie. So Angela was with us. She's been with us a long time. And she was joining us online and she dropped in, she got a few pieces from last week's. And then she dropped off this awesome bag. And the opening is $20.
We still have all these holes in the walls. Really.
So $20 is the opening for this beautiful satchel.
I'll keep my eye
And
on
who's
it.
the artist? Angela?
Angela.
$15.
And it was
for the
black
Circle
wood.
Magpie. Is
Yeah.
that too late?
Dusty got bid on it.
I'll do $15 for this other magpie, the square.
The
The
square.
square.
Rectangle.
The rectangle magpie. Thank you.
Is this one timed out?
Is it mine yet?
No,
I know.
not.
Let's just call this one done because she lost it on the last one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
55.
okay.
there you go.
We're
I don't know if I
gonna
signed
just
it.
like bring it to you next week.
Okay. Okay. So this is by Angela, and I'm gonna bid 20 on this one. I love it.
Ah!
Do you need a pen? What happened?
Rich took it out of my
pen.
hand.
Here, I got another one. And also, practice, there's a box behind you, and there's pens in there. Is there a box?
Oh, thanks. Now I have 2.
Yay!
You guys' coping skills blow my mind sometimes.
Oh, this is the one place where I don't act like a grown up and cope well. This is where I embrace my inner I'll freak out when someone takes my pen. The rest of my life, I'm very independent and mature.
All right, I'm gonna admit
I
something.
get freaked
Hold on,
out.
hold on.
when-
I have to admit something. It could be Chelsea that I only took your pen to be a pain in the butt.
I know.
So
And this is why I react the way you want me to, and I have a panic attack when you take my pen. The rest of the time, I'm a total boss. Here I am not.
can I tell you something else? There's a young man in my class who's got some special challenges, and he and I have the same special challenges. So we have a very interesting bond. One time I did something kind of strange, and out of the blue he yells, "That's autism right there!" And he's just like me. So like my worst nightmare is having to sit for figure drawing. I'm gonna tell a story, okay?
I know.
You just keep whacking me with the bunny because I know you're in a hurry. And so the one kid that I expected not to sit still for figure drawing, because I had to at one point earlier in the day sit down with the none of the grade 9s were volunteering, so I sat down and was like, "Oh my god, it's got to be like a year's gone by." It was like 10 seconds, and I had another 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. So this young man, I'm tempted to use his name. Have I used his name yet? No. He goes, I'll model, and I'm like, really? Like, no, like, brother, like you and I are the last two people that are going to want to try and sit still for 5 minutes. But he was insistent. He sat down. I was worried he wasn't breathing.
He's so still.
I'd never seen him shut his mouth in 6 years, and he's just sitting there absolutely stoic. And I even asked him a question. It's like, "I'm trying not to move." And so it was just brilliant. And the entire class got behind him. We all just got dragged into this magical, indescribable moment. He sat perfectly still for 5 minutes. We finished drawing. He gets up. He walks over to my work. He's like, I quite feel you caught my inner essence.
Oh.
And I'm like, "Would you like this piece?" He's like, "Actually, I really would." And he goes to the next person. He's like, "I like this one. You really got the hair." She's like, "Would you like this piece?" He's like, "Not so much." He goes to the third piece. He's like, "Now the expression on this face is I really feel like you got me, but the hands are all fucking wrong." And the whole class is like, it was just, that was the best part of my day, to tell you the truth.
How can you follow up that story? Well, this Minnie's eyes glow. So, her name is Minerva Mouse, and it says her name came from a black and white comic from the 1940s. So maybe that's where Minnie comes from, Minerva. There you go. Opening is $47. So we were talking about Kelly's beautiful creations being maybe like security features in your car. I think that might be very fun. She also comes with chocolate. So
Is Galen still here?
Snacker.
Galen just walked Georgia to the train.
Oh,
that's
very nice.
nice.
Thank you, Galen. So
How's that
opening
little fire going? Good.
is for
It's fine.
opening is $47 for Kelly's piece by Kelly Stanford. She was working there with us on the live feed. Okay. Good. So here we go. Magpies. Thank you. Should we time out the magpies?
Magpie's going once.
Oh,
Magpies.
they're all different. Hold on.
Okay.
1 second. So Blake has this one at
Wait,
$30.
Is this rectangle magpie?
No,
No,
that's
that's-
no.
No, Rich.
Get it together.
Is this rectangle magpie? Maybe this is rectangle magpie.
Yeah.
How much is the bid on rectangle magpie?
15 to Melissa.
You know what rectangle reminds me of? If you're rectangly fixated. Okay. What is
Go
the bid on
slow.
this? Why do you keep shoving me?
Because
I'm in your bubble tonight. for sure.
$15.
$15 going once. $15 going twice. $15 going 3 times
9:43.
at 9:43. Surely this is circle magpie.
Dusty.
And Dusty has it at what price?
15.
$15 going once. $15 going twice. Probably the same minute as the last bid. $15 going 3 times.
And that one
And
is
this, not rectangle magpie, even though it's a rectangle. What is this piece called?
purple magpie.
See, I would have called this the smoky little dove.
I didn't
Myself.
see it up close, so. Oh, and it's
Purple magpie is at how much?
30 to Blake.
$30 going once, $30 going twice, $30 going 3 times, and I bet you it's a minute later, so you have an extra minute to bid on Blake's piece.
9:44.
That was fun.
So this
Is this
by,
another
by
magpie?
Tanner.
I'd like to name this piece the rectangle
I
magpie.
think it's a dove. Look.
Right.
Love Never Fades. This is by Tanner, and it's opening at $20. It's really nice to see Tanner. So beautiful. I
There's
love this
a
piece.
pretty beautiful shot of Jess and I got married on the roof at the Rumble House a couple summers ago. And we kind of told people, we kind of didn't tell people. We figured, we ask you to come to the Rumble every Wednesday, and if you don't show up and you miss a wedding, well, you should have been at the wedding. And Tanner, God love him, was plastered and just skateboarding down the street. And he's like family to us. But he looks up and a couple of his favorite people are getting married on the roof.
Could you imagine?
Big Rock dropped off like $900 worth of beer. We didn't have a liquor license, so we just put the beer in people's backpacks. I don't know if that's legal, but that's what we did. There was a weird situation where there was another young man that might have kind of overdosed a couple days before the wedding. We used to have a piano out front. And just like in The Wizard of Oz, where you could see the witch's feet sticking out from under the house, we're locking up and heading home one night, and we saw these feet sticking out from behind the piano where this young person had gone and passed out. And so we were just going to get him the dope team, but he needed an ambulance. So we called the dope team. And before the dope team came, this cop pulls up, and I'm kind of like, well, I called for the dope team. I didn't call for a cop, and I didn't want to get this young man into trouble. And so I was kind of like blocking. And then the cop and I bonded because we realized we both had the same intentions, was to just get the young man to safety. And it so happened that 2 days later, like Beatles style, Jess and I are getting married on the roof, obviously no permits. And basically the entire day hinged on 45 seconds of us not getting caught being on the roof getting married. And just as we hit the point where we're going to get married, I see the squad. There's never squad cars around here, by the way. If you want to do a crime, this is the place to do it. The squad car comes rolling down the street. I'm like, there goes my wedding. And all I could see was the same cop that I bonded with 3 days before. And he had his hand up in front of his hand like this, like, just don't ever do it again. And I could see his lips from the roof, and I could hear him saying, just don't ever do this again. You get one pass.
Are you not allowed to be on your own roof?
Another good story.
I'm going to tell you that if you are the Beatles, you should get away with anything, right?
They're basically the Beatles.
And even the Beatles got shut
Like,
down
we're
when
just happy that no one fell off.
they
the
played
roof.
a song on the roof, and it was infamous. Infinitely infamous.
So this one's opening $20.
$20 going once.
I'm gonna bid 20.
$25 going once. $25 going twice.
Rich, is that being bid on it?
Yes, $25 go to me 3 times.
Okay.
And I won't let my wife look at my new painting.
This one is also by Tanner. It's opening at 40.
And we've known Tanner probably 10 years, and he's called the River Bird, and he paints this amazing bird in 1,000 different ways, and his dedication to a bird is absolutely consistent, except for this one random owl that he painted. So my mind is a little blown to see that he's got an owl and it's a different bird. So this is a little bit like the day I realized I could mix orange and green to make yellow. Defied every textbook in my classroom and the lessons I've been teaching for 20 years, and I realized everything in my world was upside down. It'd be as weird as if I just levitated that chair. Would it be great if that chair just lifted up when I did that?
You know what's really nice
What?
is the kids today. They're like, Miss Aru, how do you mix blue? And I just told them, and they're like, okay, thanks. And then they just mixed a blue. I was like, the nice purple over there and that green. And they're like, okay. I was like, you know how nice it is not to be bogged down by the dogma?
Or
like,
there was a span of time when we were sending high school kids into the Alberta College of Art, and the kids were going into school and calling us back. Like, my color theory teacher says that blues are primary. I can't mix blue, Mr. Terry. I'm like, just get
Go
your
with it.
paints out and
Just
show
go,
them.
yeah, go with it.
My little boy is 10.
I was gonna say we also emailed a video
And
to
we
his
emailed
teacher.
his teacher because he's in class one day. She's teaching him the color wheel, and he's like, actually, I've mixed red. We didn't even teach him this because he's 10, and we didn't want him to have this kind of crisis in his life.
Baggage and yeah.
But she's just sitting there like, no, it's a primary color. You can't make red. And he's like, no, I've made red. And he'd overheard his dad talking about how.
But he also mixed it with Sharpie, not even paint.
And
He-
it's not just
he's
that,
able to
is that
blend
we mix red with a different color wheel. And some of you are looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. Some of you are like, you're looking at me like you're the devil. But
which is also for sale later. Well, the devil.
right. But I took apart the color wheel and realized there are no primary colors, and you can make orange and green into yellow. You can make cyan and magenta into blue. You can make orange and magenta into red, but Felix mixed magenta and yellow to make red, which wasn't the same
With a
combination.
Sharpie,
It was completely his own
experimental.
discovery that he mixed red with markers. Tells his art teacher, she's like, it's impossible. And 6 months later, I'm like, well, what did she say when you showed her? He's like, no, we're not allowed to touch paint. I'm like, who? I'm gonna swear on the live feed. We might get
You
kicked
already
off.
did.
Who in their right fucking mind would tell a 10-year-old
You can't do
that you can't
something.
mix red and not let him show you? Like, why wouldn't you want to learn that? And I'm sure she's a nice person.
Yeah, maybe she just have very rigid belief structures.
So what I'm hearing is that primary colors or the
Don't exist.
concept of it was made up by a white man. Probably.
Old structure that is. Yes. There we are. Okay. And we're back. This is straight
Well, it
up.
was
Isaac Newton.
yeah, it was Isaac Newton.
Like he was still hit from the head with the apple. Okay, this is by Alvin. I really love this. So here it's like you're gonna just like keep finding awesomeness in this piece. Opening is $15.
Hey, Galen, if you're waiting for Oliver, I think Oliver's waiting for you. If you're
Well,
waiting
it
for
goes from
Oliver, I think
milk to
Oliver's
hope.
waiting for you as well. You guys might be so polite that we spend the night.
So opening is $15 for this piece. I love seeing all of the magic he puts in all of his. So there's teddy bears.
What's the opening bid?
There's don't do it, do it. Nope.
What's
to
the
hope.
opening bid?
15.
I'll bid 15.
Yeah. Sorry, thank you.
Alvin always puts the bears and the bears live on his bed, and they also live in his paintings.
Yeah.
And he's
So
a total.
if you ask
he's
him,
a
he can
total
tell you
badass.
Bye, see you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Love you.
Night.
So it's currently at 15?
Oliver that just left is my
sorry.
son. He's 21.
Oops.
He's been dragged into this mess since he was 10 years old. And he's just moving out. And he might be moving into our building down the street, which would mean he would, for the first time in his life, just be walking distance from this monstrosity that we put in his life. But
Okay, Angela bid $20 on Nope to Hope. So Fiona, I saw you just bid to it just after Angela. So Angela has Nope to Hope
You guys want to see it?
at $20. Look, Aquarius. Is that or so this is by Alox. We'll start showing the next few pieces.
these are tarot cards. It'll take a while
Fiona bid 25 on Alvin's piece.
to collect the deck.
So I don't know if the signs were there before, but it looks like they're street clean. So just don't want people to get tickets.
Did
If it-
anybody drive here?
Oh, they're parking right up, like they're.
They're doing it right now. So
Chelsea, are you parked?
Where are we supposed to move to?
If you have to,
Honestly, just go to the M Park and don't bother paying. Because if they ticket you, they don't.
if you
Go after
park
you.
across there, I'll pay you guys money back if anyone needs to change any. If anyone needs to,
Yeah, we'll pay for your
I'll pay-
parking.
I'll pay for the parking.
Honestly, M Park and
Just go across the street.
It's like the end of the lot, since all of this.
Well, honestly, even if you get ticketed by M Park, they don't do anything. You can just rip it up and call it a day. It's not a big
I'm not sure if that's sound
M Park,
advice,
this
my
is-
friend.
Don't do it.
If I get a ticket and I get in trouble for it and I put that on coming to you.
I think
Yeah, I was gonna say let's not let's not do this. Let's not play that game.
Right now, so can't find me legally.
yeah, you don't want to have to live life on the run, you know.
I'm on the lam right now. Not actually.
Whoa! I hope you're okay.
Oh yeah, no, I just genuinely don't have a legal identity currently.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Is that kind of
CRA
exciting?
Is on strike, and
Oh.
I can't change. I don't know. I changed my name, and then the CRA went on strike, so I couldn't complete the name change. It's complete, but not fully complete.
So you're
So-
in limbo currently.
It's kind of
It's
like
not
Back
fun.
to the Future, where
I
all
don't
you're
have
starting to
to,
fade out of all the pictures that
Can't
you were ever
vote
in.
or anything.
No.
Oh,
It'll be.
Literally.
Actually, yeah. If you don't see, that's where the
I
parking
couldn't pay my
instructions.
taxes or vote currently because of this.
Oh
So
my god.
I kind of suck.
I was like the
Voting
1
part
year
sucks.
and 4
The
years
voting
at
part,
the.
yeah.
I don't know
I
if
don't
I'll
care
be
about the
able to vote.
taxes. but-
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
had my name changed last year, but I haven't changed it so
Yeah, the
they're on
CRA is.
strike.
I approve of the strike. It's
bad-
not in this case.
Not right now.
Not at this time. Look at what. Okay. This is another really beautiful watercolor because as soon as there's paper, Rich starts doing beautiful things. This is our kitchen table, and there was a bunch of really beautiful Polaroids of Felix. What's your opening bid?
$5.
$5. So this is opening $5 from the kitchen table.
On my magic paper.
I'll just remember
I'm
that. for
Marlo,
Chelsea.
also, I don't want to in any
Oh,
way minimize the
$5.
trouble you're having with your name because I know this is traumatic and I apologize for the world.
What?
I'm just saying, like,
It's not traumatic.
no, it should be. Like, I'm just saying, like, we don't want to minimize in any way. That is,
Yeah.
Oh, I
That was
actually
a li-
think it's funny. It's just my luck, honestly. Not a biggie.
Except for the voting part.
Yeah, that sucks. My one vote could save us from a conservative party.
I know. That's what I'm like.
Well, I actually heard this funny story on the radio this morning on CBC, the Communist Broadcast Corporation, and it was funny. They're actually telling the story about this. The broadcaster, who's new, I forget his name, was saying that he had a friend whose grandmother
This
was
is
a Tory.
Deb bid $50 on that one.
Oh, that's
50.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
writing that
I'm
down.
I'm writing it physically. Don't
Oh, you
don't
have
worry.
it.
You are so
Okay.
sweet. You are so sweet.
I thought
And-
Chelsea took
and
it
so,
with her, and I was like, I don't understand.
This one guy's grandmother, it was a grandmother of a friend of his, but when the door knockers would come around and knock and talk about the Liberal Party or the NDP party,
Yeah.
she would invite them in and just listen and chat and make them cakes and coffees. She's basically just keeping them off the street from going door knocking. And I
But
thought
the
that was,
conservatives?
yeah, well, no, it doesn't matter. I
Oh.
mean, it matters, but it doesn't matter to the story that it's just cute that this old lady was like hijacking the door knockers. And then I was actually thinking about how generally, in terms of the way politics is heading right now, we need the young people to get out and vote.
Yeah.
And there's a certain pattern to how older people vote, and there's a certain pattern to how younger people vote. And the problem is that there's more
Chelsea, did you make it
things.
in time? Are you okay?
Did you get a ticket?
No, I don't think so.
Did you get a fight?
Put 'em
Did you have
on
to
my
take the
car.
boot off your car?
They'll send it to me in the mail.
I'll pay it if you got a ticket, Chelsea.
It's okay. I just didn't think the signs were up.
I know.
They
I-
were when we-
There were signs up earlier, but sometimes, like, we live on a block
Like,
where
I
people kick signs over. So
yeah.
that would be your argument that you didn't see.
And
any
also,
sign.
they leave signs up for like weeks on end, so sometimes you just stop.
Yeah, who knows when it's happening?
When did you actually mean? Because you leave these here all the
Yeah.
time. If you live on this block,
Or
you
like
know.
in our
It's like
apartment
just-
building, there's a lot of people that sneak into the building and break in a car. So there's all these signs on the door saying "Don't let people into the
I'm
apartment."
just gonna see the
But
comments.
they also charge so much for people that need to replace their fobs, and they don't give out fobs to the kids in the building. So my son doesn't have a fob to get into the building. If I see a 12-year-old trying to get into the building, I'm letting him in because I know that his parents weren't able to get a fob for him. So I think sometimes being overly secure can infringe on the security. Or having the parking signs out too much can change your. There was a connection there somewhere, but I'm a little tired.
Okay, so it's currently
This
at
has a bid?
50. Yeah.
$50 to
Deb.
Deb from school.
I don't know Deb.
That's pretty cool.
Deb. Okay.
Wait, can I tell you a little story about this?
Yeah.
Jess was cooking. She doesn't like me to cook, but I sit next to her to keep her company. And I had this giant piece of paper. It was bigger. And I did have an urge to paint these 3 Polaroids, but as soon as I started, I was like, wow, whatever I do here is going to be a lot of work. And I rarely pencil draw anything in before I paint it. But in this case, I pencil drew the whole picture because it seemed like such a monumental task to have to draw all these details. And then I did draw it in, and then I took a break from it. And so the next day we're having another sit down, and I was just going to paint these 3, and I did. And then I'll just do the glasses, and I did. And I thought, I'll just get the coffee cup. And then I managed to, like, 80% of this, I was just like addicted and couldn't stop. And the last 20% is I better finish this before the light changes. That's my story.
It's really beautiful.
I'll have a better story the next time I try a story.
No, I love the pictures of Felix because he's like 10 now, and then those Polaroids are going to be so important when he's
We have
like
invested
50.
a lot of the money we saved from giving up drinking into Polaroid and Fujifilm.
I'm holding stuff. I don't know. I just start picking things up. So this is by Travis.
Okay,
And this was another piece donated back. So this
who
is
donated this back?
Tony.
Tony. The opening bid is $30 for this. 100% of the sale could go to Rumble House because it was donated back to us. But if, it won't be hard to find Travis to give him the other half back. Well, so we're going to double pay Travis if it sells. But the other thing is, I kind of like it myself, so I wouldn't be bothered if we don't get a bid on it. Because sometimes if they donate the painting back, they might just mean Rich needs to keep this painting.
All right. So this is a piece by Patty. It is a beautiful little satchel.
Did my On the Road not get a bid?
No.
Classic Jack Kerouac cover.
Classic Kerouac. I love it.
Um,
So this is by Patty.
whose is this?
Opening bid.
I keep cutting you off. I'm just trying to speed some through while you're doing
That's
that.
okay.
Just one
What's
multitask.
the
okay?
opening bid for it? Was it 10?
15.
$15. So this beautiful little satchel. Boop. And so actually, are you weaving one right now?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look how beautiful.
Do you want
So
to
it's
come
all,
up and give a
like,
quick demo in front of the camera? How they
or
get
even
here?
just show, yeah. So upcycling material. And so I have one of the baskets that I bought from Patty in my classroom for pencils, and it's like super durable. It has withstood the test of 12-year-olds.
I have a question.
Yeah, this is the camera here.
Are these grocery bags?
No, I work at Bass Pro Shops.
Okay, that was my question. Is,
That's
are
why
you
they're
gonna
so
run out?
consistent with the color.
Are you going
Yes.
to run out of resources soon, or are they?
They actually stopped making them with this. So they don't have tops anymore. They're just bags.
What do you do at Bass Pro Shops?
I'm a cashier. I used to work in the fudge shop. But it's kind of like crocheting and weaving. I don't know what it is. That one.
That's super
How often
fun.
do people jump in the fish tank?
Oh my god! Like I
It's
think,
a thing, right?
yeah, it is a
Actually?
thing. And they scare the fish so bad that they die.
Oh, oh my gosh.
She's just laughing to let the tension out.
So this is opening at $15.
I think it happened while we were there. Some idiots jumped in and they were like splashing out. And Felix was really, really confused. Like, how can that be good for the fish?
You can see it.
So this is also by Patty. So not only beautiful,
Wow.
awesome upcycle.
Yeah, I
Isn't
love
it
that,
magic?
yeah.
So
What's your
art
opening bid?
is the solution to chaos. $40 opening bid.
Wow.
It's a beautiful print too. The quality's gorgeous. So print from original piece. Oops,
Also,
sorry.
again, this is my weird, like, I spent too much time animating, but it really does look nice backlit. So
Like,
when
it
you do have
glows.
something that works nice backlit, it's nice to put them up with
It glows so beautifully. Oh my
in a
gosh.
window or something.
And
where
it's
you-
a smaller one. This is also chaos. Opening at 10.
Chaos!
So yeah, with just such beautiful detailing in all of Patty's drawings too. Lots of things to look at.
We have a donated back Rumble House shirt. I think these still have tags on them. If you're interested in a size small, soft Rumble House t-shirt.
It was very nice. I just got too swole.
I love that.
The opening bid would be $10.
It was lightly worn.
That one was?
Yeah.
And the other one still has a tag on.
Yeah, I didn't donate the other one, did I?
This one, yeah, look at. Did you donate this?
No, that one.
No, that just never sold. I don't.
Oh, okay. This is a size.
I'm not swollen enough
That's a- in between that one and that one.
This is a 4 extra large.
give
So
me like
if I
30
told you it was a
years.
dress, it would be a lovely summer dress.
I
That'd
think
be-
that's a style. Is big t-shirts and little shorts.
Yeah.
Isn't that like, I don't understand the big t-shirts, little shorts thing. You just look like you're not wearing it.
It's like that nightmare I have.
Is
That's exactly my nightmare.
yeah.
If you have like,
But I'm running for an
at least you
airplane.
had a big t-shirt though. If you had a little,
You would have benefited from the big t-shirt.
exactly. If you had a little shirt, no pants, stress. Yeah, other realm. Did you talk about this one?
There is a bit of a blur between my realms.
Did you want to show the black light?
Oh, are we gonna do that? Yeah.
Sure. So this is Ian's piece, and this was donated back as well from Tony. So Ian was actually one of the inspirations to Rich Teru with all his blacklight
Ian
awesomeness.
actually gave us this black light,
And he gave
and I was quite moved by the magic of Ian's work.
I
And,
didn't realize how loud it was.
Oh, that was like magic.
so there was a quality of Ian's
This is
work
$10 opening bid
that really
for
made me
Ian.
want to. This piece has all kinds of ghouls in it, in the black light. And then, are you able to get around
Oh, what do you want? Sorry.
the other light?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I can. Sorry, I was holding it and then
This was actually a
Got
painting
it?
of.
Oh, I didn't see the people before.
I know, because you can't see them without the black light. See, so
Then they
wait, let me just.
disappeared.
So this was actually a painting of Bill Murray I did.
Now I can see his Bill Murray sitar.
I wonder if you can still see him. Here he is. So this is Bill Murray's lip here, and
His eyes. Yeah, you can kind of.
all the desks in this room were donated from the Ghostbusters set, and this is a completely different story. I tell this story all the time.
Are you?
They asked us to do some artwork for the Ghostbusters movie. It was called at the time Dust City, I think, and
Rust City.
Rust City, and you had to sign a waiver saying you wouldn't tell anybody that they were shooting a Ghostbusters film here. But everybody knew, and it was the worst kept secret in the province, right? So Rust City asked us to do some stuff. They didn't, and it happens a lot that people ask us to do things for movies. So we built a sculpture out of the original Ghostbuster contraptions.
Toys.
They gave me 3 toys from Toys R Us that were the exact same thing as the contraptions from the original movie. And all 5 of them got mixed into the sculpture, but 2 of them were original artifacts from the original movie. The other 3 were just toys from Toys R Us, and they were the exact same, and they didn't know which was which. So we made a sculpture out of them, and then they dropped off at the end of the filming, the shooting. They dropped off these 30 school desks, and so Jess and I are school teachers, and we're running the gallery during COVID, and people drop into this, and over the year, between the movie coming out and us getting the desks, it happened that about 10 teachers came into the space. And I never really pieced it together, but people kept saying, oh, and I know where you got those desks. And I thought they were talking about Rest City, and we all signed non-disclosure. So I was like, yeah, but we're not supposed to talk about it. And it took me an entire year to realize each one of those teachers thought I stole a classroom set of desks out of my school, and none of them told on me. But every time they're like, "Oh, and I know where you got those desks," I'm like, "Yeah, but we're not supposed to tell anybody." Like, gotcha. And like, I was actually quite mad when I figured out what they
It's
thought
like
of.
there aren't enough desks for all the kids, anyways. It's like so funny to imagine like
Well,
a whole classroom.
and what people don't realize about Jess and I is we do run this gallery. We buy all our own supplies. We donate everything we sell into the gallery. We used to spend around $500 a month on top of that, keeping the gallery open. We gave $20,000 away to people in need.
Charities.
And that was on top of the money we pay out to the artists. And half the money goes to the other half just goes to the rent. And then between Jess, myself, and my kids, we could have bought 3 Mustangs or 2 Mustangs and a Camaro for the energy, money, and sweat equity we put into the space. And neither of us have ever lifted a piece of paper from the schools we work at, right? So, I remember going to a party with a teacher I worked at, and one of the missing overhead projectors was in her games room. And she's giving us a tour of the house. And I looked on the floor, I'm like, back then that's like a $5,000 projector you've got there to play Nintendo. And they just look at it, put a towel over it, and took us to the next room. It was like, so near the end of the year, all the teachers are complaining because they want to photocopy exams onto the paper, but the school's out of paper. It's like, how did we run out of paper? Because teachers go into schools and they're like, oh, I need paper for my printer. And this is paper and I have a printer. So therefore they just take whole reams of paper. And I've never taken like an eraser out of my school. And here was all these teachers thinking I stole a classroom full of desks. Anyways, I was a big Bill Murray fan, and I painted this because I was hoping that somehow it would end up in the hands of Bill Murray, but he didn't end up really. He just had a quick cameo, and I don't think he'd come to Alberta for the. This isn't for sale. I'm keeping it for a bit. I just wanted to show you the
goblins.
I don't see the black light when I'm painting it, so I painted all these goblins, and I knew they were there. And I showed. Was it you? Who did I show this? And they said, "Oh, I see the goblin." Because there's like 3 green goblins you can kind of see in the light, but in the light you don't see any of the black ones. They don't come up. But it was the point was Ian was he who inspired me to paint with the black lights, and I have lots of fun with that.
Okay. So here's a couple of beautiful drawings by Bana. So that's a studio shot of her drawings. That's $25. And this is a beautiful.
She was the one who worked with it.
Yeah. So she's an animator, a sculptor, doing beautiful things. So this is also by Bana. And those are they charcoal or Conte on beautiful paper. So $25 opening bid for each of those. Cool. I was looking at the date, 2022. I'll put them back on the table so they don't get swooshed. Okay.
Are you guys having fun?
No.
Just covered to knots.
Is anybody
That
but
was
Marlo
sarcasm,
having
I'm
fun? I'm actually not good with sarcasm.
I know, that's why I corrected it right after.
I only just recently realized in the last 6 months or so why I have such a hard time with sarcasm. And it's not like, so has anybody here got any learning disabilities that they want to share? Because
Welcome to the Rumble House.
I had a code for all of them. And I remember as a kid, my mom explaining to me the reason I didn't spell well was because I was dyslexic. And then I'd hear about being dyslexic, and people would explain that you could see the letters floating around the page. And I was like, I don't really see the letters floating around the page. So
It's not like that for everyone.
right. That's what I'm saying. Right. And so there are a lot of those codes and categories and things that come up, and they don't match the description.
Mhm.
And so for myself, I actually always have had trouble with sarcasm, and I also can't read emails. But I could read Shakespeare when I was in grade 8, but I can't read emails. And so like we're teachers and everybody thinks I'm lazy because I don't read my emails. And they might even say, "Hey, we sent you an email. You might get fired if you don't respond to it." I'm like, which one is it? And because I open up the emails and I don't know what I'm looking at. It's almost like gibberish to me. And so why can I read Shakespeare, but I can't read emails was a mystery to me. And the same reason why I was like, why do I struggle so much with sarcasm? Because I'm not stupid, right? Like, it's not like I can't tell that there's an edge, right? Like somebody's talking and I go, oh, they're not really saying what they're saying. But what I realized just recently, the reason I have so much hard time with sarcasm is I don't really listen to syntax. I don't listen to the words. I listen to the tone. And so if your tone was, if you said something nice, right, but it was sarcastically meant to be mean, or if you said something mean that was sarcastically said to be nice, I'm not hearing the sarcasm per se so much as your true intention. So if you like me
You're reading the
and you say something mean in a nice voice, I'm just going to hear something nice.
Yeah.
If you don't like me and you say something nice in a mean voice, I'm going to know you don't like me. If you don't like me and you say something nice in a mean voice, I know that you don't like me. And all I'm hearing is the tension of, so I think a lot of people that don't like you will say something nice that's meant to sound mean. And it's actually meant as a, they think it's going to come off like a compliment, but they're actually letting that evil bubble through. And so I get distracted by like the kind of and that's just not really another, boy, I'm really telling some boring stories tonight, but we were talking about sarcasm, and it's just like I'm 51 and I'm just starting to be able to put into words why I struggle with the sarcasm. And it was just a block I had for most of my life. And then, I still can't explain why I can't read a menu, right? Like, I don't know what food tastes like. If I see a word, if I see a picture, I'm like, oh, that looks
I'm
good.
the same.
Yeah. So Jess orders all my food. Jess,
I just don't.
Jess orders all my food, and sometimes the waitresses just think she's a giant bitch that won't let me eat what I want, right?
And he'll have
And it's the opposite. She'll order 2 things that she thinks she could stand, and I get to pick. And it's just like, she's so generous. But and we were out with a friend who was a waitress just eating dinner, and she's
Fiona
like,
bid $10 for on the road.
she's helping me with the menu, and our friend's just like, this is not acceptable. He can eat what he wants.
He does eat what he wants. Okay. So
And my young man in my high school class goes, "That's autism right there."
exactly. So this is by Bethany. It's a beautiful little ink drawing. It is opening at $10. Lovely, and a really nice watercolor paper too. And this is by Sid, watercolor and ink, from around the city. Sid goes around and draws the different sections of the city as well. So another watercolor and ink on really nice watercolor paper. So opening 30 for Sid's piece and opening $10 for Bethany's.
And Kelly says she's also dyslexic. And I did ask anybody if they wanted to share their code. So
I've also got dyscalculia. That's a fun one.
what's that one?
Like dyslexia, but for math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun when I was a cashier because I would read out like total like opposites sometimes. So it would
Right.
be
Or somebody just
$26, but I'd say like 62, and they'd be like, "Okay, ready to pay."
No.
somebody just tells you what their URL is, and you're like, ah, like that.
Yeah.
All right. So this is by Patty as well, hand painted, beautiful, like nice soft shirt, and little
Can I see it?
little fairy wings, like dragonfly wings.
Yeah, they're like tattoos too, right?
Yeah.
It'd be neat. I've often thought that you should get all your tattoos like printed onto your t-shirt, so
So
that
you can see it.
when you go to the beach, you whip off your shirt and you still have the same imagery.
$35 opening bid for this piece by Patty.
The whole point of having tattoos under the shirt is so people don't see them.
They never come off.
Yeah.
So cute. Okay. Did we time out very much stuff tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did Ish? We started out strong. Did Rich get Shujo's pieces? Yeah, Rich has Shujo's pieces?
Yeah.
Okay. And did this one go in I don't think so. This one hasn't got a bid on it yet.
No.
This one is by Dusty as well. And this is a really beautiful little acrylic on panel. It's called Welcome to the Valley. So you guys were talking about Drumheller earlier. Dusty lives out of town. It's a really beautiful little acrylic. And the opening is $20.
I'll take 20 for it.
$20? Beautiful. 20 to Bella. Yay. Love the colors. $20 is the current bid. Going once. Going twice. Going 3 times. Sold to Bella. Okay, I think we're getting to the end. Did we do all of, Ax's piece? Alox. No one bid on Alox's pieces yet. Hello Kitty Crossbones. And I guess I said it was Aquarius, but it's the tarot deck.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. And they were opening at 20 each as well on canvas panel. Okay.
Was that it? We got all the stuff?
Think.
I'm feeling kind of bold. I have an idea.
Okay.
Bold.
This is Amanda's.
Sink noodle.
Sink noodle. It's a sink noodle by Amanda. Opening is $10, and there's really fun creatures and characters all over the place in this one. There. Oh, is that
So
first edition?
It is.
Oh.
We picked up extra copies of, I should say our book, because really just helped me so much with it. This book, there's a newer version of this. There's a second and a third edition. The second edition was color. The third edition has a book award that it won. And it's got 2 book awards, actually. One was up against witches, and I didn't want to win it because I thought, I'm turning into a frog next week.
Yeah.
And
They didn't. Everything was very good.
the next book award was an this book won an award for illustrations and for
Being witchy.
Yeah, witchcraft. It's called The River Troll, and it's just kind of nice for us because we bought extra copies to take to the Jess's TEDx talk last.
But we forgot the books.
We totally forgot to bring the books, so we're not stuck with them. We just happen to have a bit of a surplus. Now, I have a surplus, but I also have kind of an idea of how many. I don't know if you know about this. Anybody here ever think about writing a book, or have a book, maybe?
I actually helped publish a book
Yeah.
in high school.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, are you able to buy copies of that still?
I have no idea. I haven't looked
Yeah,
into it.
one of the tragedies kind of about books these days is in some, even Alexander Elliott's book, in the way that books can go out of print more so than they used to. Like, it was a lot harder to get a book published in the 1950s, but those books stayed. Whereas the wealth of books now, at some point, I'm counting on these books being impossible to get. So I have a stash that I'm keeping for myself. But we did pick up some extra copies for the TEDx event. And what's nice about this is, to me, this is funny. This is a first edition. There's 3 prints of the book now. And when an author really appreciates much more than the first edition is the 3rd edition, which means you sold out the 1st and 2nd edition. But this is a first edition, and we didn't think to value them as much because we just didn't see the. But this one's black and white, and you can't get the black and white. I don't know if you can get the black. The top price you can pay for it is $19, because that's what we don't want to pay for it more than you would in the bookstore. But just in case you might want to read the book, I'm going to start the opening bid at $1 for The River Troll. And if you bought this tonight at $1, you would save $18.
Yes.
And then if the bid goes up to $2, then you'd save $17, and so forth. And so that's just a fun way for
And
me
if you
to
live around here, the Trolley Troll is under the bridge on the 10th Street.
Right.
Cemetery.
This is a troll that a young man, not an old crappy guy like me, who's a teacher and deeply in love with his beautiful wife, who runs an art gallery down the block from where he lives and teaches out of town, tells a bunch of stories about what it's like to be a weirdo who doesn't sleep at night and stays up late to talk to trolls, and a moose-headed Minotaur with a giant one-eyed witch.
Fiona bid 30. Did you say?
That doesn't make any sense.
Fiona got it for 30. Richard bid 15 on the road.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Richard. I was feeling a little rejected about the on the. It shouldn't matter, but I did. Nobody wants this. Okay.
No, it's really cool.
So, what I'd rather do than sell this to Fiona for $30 is sell it to her for
$19.95.
Yeah. So, Fiona, this is your copy for $19.95, the regular price.
We'll only take $19.95, Fiona. Oh, and Fiona bid $20 for On the Road.
Nice.
That's fun. Okay.
Here's another
That's a
funny story
really
about the
fun
book.
treat.
I wrote it in the span of 2 weeks. It was just kind of a magic moment where the story just started flowing out of me, and I wrote it. And my publisher, I've worked for her since I was 20. She's probably been a better source of support than my family. My mentor, she bought her own publishing company, and I've been drawing and writing for her for 20 years. And then she's like, do you want to publish a book? And I was like, and that's my first book got published. And then this one, I just wrote it on my own. She's like, love to see that first chapter. And I sent it to her. I don't know what kind of mood she was in, but she's like, that's a hard pass. And I was like, okay. So we made it ourselves, and it was selling quite well. And then Lori came back and published this book, which was wonderful to me. But she wanted to do it in black and white. And I did all the drawings, all of these paintings. I kind of did basically while I was driving to work or bathroom break or whatever. Like, it's really crammed into my regular time. They were all black and white. They're all full color paintings that I turned into black and white images because I don't remember why, but I didn't save the originals. And right after I deleted all my files, Lori calls me back for the second edition. She's like, do you still have the color files? So I ended up repainting the color into all these pieces. So it's pretty fun for me to look at the black and white pieces. So this is $30, or no,
We're only
the
taking
regular price,
$19.95.
and that's clear.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to buy a book? We're not trying to push it on you, but if you're interested, we have some copies here. Do I go through the whole pantomime at $2 again, or
I don't know. It's okay. It's nice to do one a night if you
okay?
want to. Just...
Let's do this one tonight. I feel like that's kind of a ripoff for. We'll just do the one book.
This
tonight.
one, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
okay.
that's nice. Okay.
Because it would suck if you bid 30 and then somebody else buys the same book for 2.
That's the joy of the rabbi.
Like you said, we're complex.
We want to honor you.
Okay. I'm gonna sing you guys good night.
Also, I would love to hear back from who bought it.
Fiona.
Fiona would love to know what you
Fiona.
think of my book.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
you singing?
Yeah.
What are you going to sing?
The one from one of the books that we were reading because it was in my head.
What book?
No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, just saving my love for you. I know for certain the one I love. I'm through with flirting. It's you that I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, just saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in a corner. Don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth my waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, just saving my love for you. Yay! Thank you, everybody. We will settle up and make sure everyone gets their stuff. And thank you, everybody.
Could we have 2 songs tonight?
Oh, what?
Can you sing me a Muppet song of any kind?
Okay, bonus Muppet song. Bonus.
Wow.
Can I tell you where this comes from? Is I thought for sure you were going to say you felt like singing something from the Muppets. And I was like,
And then you got so
"Yay!" And then you said,
excited.
from the book. And I was like, oh.
Oh.
So it's just extra work for you. What are you going to sing? Gonzo's.
Hold on. I'm getting it. Oh, for the love of Pete. Searching stuff is hard. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What we think we might see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under the spell. I don't know where. I lost my mind. I lost my space. I love you, everybody. Good night.